Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing part 2 of 3 for Tips and Tricks Arcade Battles Operation Frost 2019. So, continuation from the last video, we're going to be doing our lineups and tips and tricks for Operation Frost and the best lineups we think that work. So, the first thing we're going to talk about is you getting your 10 tons of bombs dropped on a base. So, as everyone knows, bombers. So, we're going to be talking about bombers a little. And so, one of the lineups that I use, I'm going to show you right here. It's basically an all bomber lineup. Heinkel 177, Danu 217, Danu 217, Danu 217, Danu 217, and an ME 264. Every one of these bombers from 4.7 to 5.7 carry four 1,000 kilogram bombs. And in arcade, um, nothing can outrun a Donier. So if you go into an arcade battle, you dive at a base, nothing else in the game can dive faster than you and drop your bombs before yours blow up the base. Um, so you will get that first base kill because nobody can do it faster than you can. Um, and that's basically what you need to do. And so let's. Completely forgot to talk about the what do you need in this um, the Operation Frost. So the five things that you can get, you need three of them. The 5 stars. Destroy 40 vehicles. Get 10 wins. 10 tons of bombs dropped on enemy bases. 11 kills in a single game, and help allies 10 different times. So this is what I'm talking about right now, which is the 10 tons of bombage dropped. And so this is the one lineup that I use. And I know Mark has a second one. Mark is Punchy. He is joining me in the channel right now. So, Mark, what other bombs for bomber groups do you use?
Well, for the Russians, I use the Pesha 8. It's not very fast and it's not very maneuverable, but it's got a big 5 kilogram bomb, and it's actually got high explosive, so you get full credit for the weight of the bomb.
Yeah.
Um, the points are awarded based on your TNT equivalent,
Mm-hmm.
and so yeah, it helps to get a lot more credit for that. And the second one that I use is actually the British. I use the Sterling. I actually use it at 4.3 because I have a mixture with Spitfires. Um, but it also has a heavy payload at a lower BR.
Yeah. So the 4.7 and the 4.3 Sterlings, and you mix that with all the Spitfire Mark F Typhoons and Fireflies and Firebrands at 4.7.
Yes.
There's a lot of Fireflies at 4.7. You could even take, like, if you got it, for most of us in the squadron, the Firecrest. I've not taken out the Firecrest yet in a battle. I do want to take that out and fly it around for a little bit at 4.0. It's a tier 3. Want to take that out and try it out for a little bit.
The good thing about the Firecrest is it has torpedoes as well as bombs. So if you're on,
Oh, does it?
yes.
Oh,
Other than that, it does not have that many desirable characteristics.
one torpedo. I see.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not bad. So you can use it during naval for this event at 4.0. Okay, so lineup number 2 I was going to discuss was also Britain, but um, I was going to go through the Lancaster bombers. They carry, what's it call it? One of their bigger bomb loads is the 1,000 times 14. And everyone knows in arcade that is more than enough to destroy a single base. Another tip we have is you have to ace your crew. When you go and you look at your crews and you choose a crew really quick, let's do that. Um, and you go to crew, you will see under reload speed, you will see, and if you hold it over it, it'll say bomb in air reload speed. Right now, this one is 45 seconds for me. But let's say I add two more crew points to that, and now it is 40 seconds. So if you want your bombs to reload really quick, because your beginning time, I think it's 60 seconds base time, and so now your base time is 40. If you have a maxed out crew for bombers and reload speed, you can get that down to almost 30 seconds. Um, One of the other things is you need to qualify your crews for bombers because it helps a lot when it comes to reload speed on your bombs, and that gives you the ability to hit the first base and almost be reloaded for the next base and the next base after that. So that's pretty important to get those crew numbers up. Any other bombing thing you want to talk about for 10 tons of bombs?
Not necessarily. I mean, just primarily for most of them, I'm rushing and I'm diving as quick as I can with the expectation of getting to one base and then probably being shot down afterwards. So, um, you can either do that or you can try the entire game to side climb and get a high altitude and then do multiple bombings. But it's either hit or miss. Sometimes you'll do that and you'll actually get your entire bomb weight for the entire 2 days in one battle. Most other times you get shot down though, and there are people who will actually fly high in fighters to prohibit that.
Okay, so big bomb loads, try to get that first bomb kill is basically our tip. Do it quick. Just get that bomb load off. Hopefully you get a second, a third, and a fourth try, right? Or second and third, fourth base after that first hit. But try to get that first base, guys. Not a metaphor. Uh, so the second one that we're going to be talking about is help allies destroy enemies 10 times. Um, my tip on that one is play in a group. Find friends. Go on Discords. We have a class Discord. We're also partnered with the Tech Hub with the European Canadian. Um, right now, if you look at his Discord, there are like 30 people on his Discord right now. You will find somebody you're able to play with. They play mostly realistic, but if you did want to play arcade, you can come to the classroom, class Discord, and there's usually people there playing planes and tanks. Okay, so what's your idea on that one? To help allies.
One other tip on the assist would be when you're doing dogfights, target enemy fighters that are being swarmed by about two or three of your friendlies. And so if you get a critical hit, you can back off, and you know that when your friendlies get the kill, you'll get the assist.
Yeah. One of the things for assist that I did in the past was, if you have something that has cannons and machine guns, use the machine guns. If you don't know, you can have a button on your keyboard to only shoot your primary and secondary weapons. So let's say you're in a like an Airacobra or a one of the P-36s or the P-63s. Don't shoot that main gun because you don't want to kill him. You just want to use those 50 cals to maim him just a little. Don't kill him. So same thing with the BF-109s. Use your smaller secondary guns. Don't use your cannons. Just to hurt him a little.
For me, it seems like I have to get a critical hit to actually get an assist. So I actually have all my weapons at the same time on the same button, because I'll run out of ammunition at different rates for the different guns. So that way I always have ammo.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I do. It's just a little bit different.
Yeah, but you can still get crits. You can still get crits with the secondary guns.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And you typically have more ammunition, but just I personally have both of them going at the same time because
Yeah, I just when during this event I don't want to kill people. Try not to at one point. Um, One of the other ones we want to talk about, the next one on the list, is destroy 11 player controlled enemy vehicles in one battle. Um, One thing I do want to talk about this one is arcade planes. If you play an arcade battle above 6.0 or 6.7, you will not get full games nowadays. The games are not full. So I got into a 6-3 match yesterday. It was 6 on 6. To get 11 kills in a game that's 6 on 6 is almost impossible. The game will end before you get your 11 kills. So you want to do this at a lower BR where there's a lot more people playing, and you will be able to get those 11 kills. So stay away from high tiered games. One, there's a long wait, and two, the games are not filled. Um, please stay away from the high tiered games during events like this because they're not. It's not going to help you out. It will help you out for wins, but it's not going to help you out for your destroy 11 vehicles in a single game. Um, Mark, if you're going for this, what do you take?
Uh, to to get wins or to get kills or
The
which
11
thing?
kills in one game,
I would go for the American lineup. Uh,
which
either the
is
either the 3-3 with your P47s, your F4AU, 1D, and your Helldiver, or else I'd go up to either 3-7 or 4-0, and just because they have a lot of firepower for the planes,
yeah.
a
If
lot of ammunition.
anyone didn't know, the Helldiver, the SB2C-1 Charlie, that is a 3.3, but it has 220 mils as your uh, main armament. And so if you take this and take the itty bitty bombs, you're still maneuverable. You're not losing that much speed and that much maneuverability because you're only carrying 500 kilograms of bombs. And this thing can outturn a lot of higher things at very high. So it's a pretty good plane. Um, one of the things that I wanted to talk about this loadout is this loadout is a 3.3. And it's only one, two, three, about four vehicles, four planes, instead of a full lineup. This this loadout or this lineup is dependent on you taking backups. You need to have backups for your P47s and your F4U. If you look at my lineup, I have backups on everything. And so this means you can take out, even though you're playing at a 3.3 with only four vehicles, you actually have eight, and two of them are P47s. And everyone knows the P47 at 3.3 is just a beast. It's pretty easy. What do you think, Mark? P47s?
Yeah, big fan of it. One of my favorite planes.
Okay, what other lineup would you go to kill 11? I have one lineup that I use that I'm going to talk about in a moment. Is there any other lineup that you take that you just go in and rumple stop people?
Not really.
Nothing?
I mean, you might try the British, but they've seemed like they've been nerfing the turn rates on the Spitfires.
Hmm.
So I don't know.
Okay, so we need to change that out. Okay, so we're going to talk about one more for this section to kill 11. So the lineup I use is basically a premium gold filled Soviet lineup. And Peshka 2205, which has front guns, the P-36, the Yak 9T, the IL-2 Avenger, the P-47 Stalin Bolt, and Poposhkin's P-39N. One thing I'm going to show you right now, just for my service record, is if you look at my kills for air kills, that's right here. I have 1,400 kills in the Popochkin's P39N. Um, it is a beast at 3.3. You can climb. If you start off in this vehicle, you can basically outclimb most people at 3.3. You will get above bombers at any time. It's premium, and you get premium stats with it. If you notice, my crew is completely maxed out. So my reload is insane, and guns are on target. And this is the loadout I use. And IL-2s, if you take out the IL-2s, take it without bombs, take it with armor target, everything. And what happens is in arcades sometimes people try to head will try to head on you. And basically just shoot them, turn, shoot them, turn, shoot them, turn, and you can get 3, 4 kills back to back to back with this vehicle because people will try to go after you. A little trick I learned is turn on your smoke. If you turn on your smoke in an IL-2 Avenger or any of the IL-2s at Tier 3, people will come after you. When they come after you, you shoot them in the face, and they die. So that is my little tip for getting 11 kills for in certain vehicles. Turn on your smoke because you want them to come after you. You want them to come after you in groups. And with something like this, with 23 millimeters that fire so fast, you can take out 3, 4, or even 5 of them within 10 seconds. I do it all the time. Okay. So we already talked about the 10 tons, destroy 11 vehicles, they help allied. The 10 wins. That's just overtime, right, Mark?
Yeah, it's based on your teammates.
Yeah.
Luck of the draw to a certain degree,
For that one, you play with friends, right?
preferably.
Yeah. If there's more of you, you're probably going to do better, right?
Yeah.
Probably. First one, destroy 40 vehicles, player controlled vehicles in planes. Once again, overtime, right?
Yes.
Okay. Anything else you want to talk about for the plane task of Operation Frost?
If you're not rushed for time, you also can use this opportunity to grind some vehicles. I wouldn't do your entire lineup as being grind, but if you have a couple of vehicles in there, it's worthwhile to increase them.
Nice. Um, yeah, if you don't, most of the vehicles that we have are already grinded, they're already spaded. So if you have a tree that you haven't worked on, that's let's say like it's tier 2 right now, grind out the tier 3 really quick. Get some of those tier 3 vehicles and work on that tree. Use this event to grind a certain tree out. At the end of this event's almost 28 days long. Use this event to get to tier 4, and you will find during this event, just grinding the event, you will be unlocking vehicles every day if you're at like tier 2 or even tier 3 of a an airplane tree. Anything else, Mark?
Nope. Nope.
Sweet. Join us. I probably will wait till tomorrow to put out the ship tips and tricks because I need to do a little bit of research on how to do it because I don't play ships as much. I will probably have Mark back or somebody else that does play arcade ships more than me that will be able to help us out with a lot more tips. Thanks for listening. If you like the content I make, please subscribe and maybe even leave a couple comments on what your favorite lineups or tips and tricks for this event are. Thanks, and come back for the next video.